Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day here in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. It is not as warm as I would love it to be, but it'll do. It'll do. We got the sun out. We're going to see our best friend, the water. I love the water. Um, yeah. So today on Tony Talks, I talk a lot about love. You know, I think love is one of the greatest emotions that God has given us access to. And I don't think we seek it enough. I don't think we exercise it enough. But, there are intricate details to love and being in love. And I hope the wind is not blocking out what I'm trying to say. But when it comes to love, um, you know, first there's the attraction, and there's nothing wrong with being attracted to a person. Yeah, they might look good, they might take care of themselves, they might have a great personality, they might have a good spirit, and these are the things that attract you to them. But everybody can't love everybody the way that they need to be loved, and that's like the thing about love and what makes it's beautiful, but it also makes it difficult. It can be beautiful, but it's difficult at the same time, because everybody can't love you the way that you need to be loved, the way that you want to be loved, the way that you should be loved. um, there are some people out in the world, they need hugs and kisses all day, you know and yeah, you might be the type of person, you'll do a couple of hugs and kisses, but not all day, So, you can't love them the way that you want to be loved. So, um, is it fair to try to be in a relationship with a person like that, when you can't really fulfill what they need, what they want, what they deserve? Um, it's just, you can't love everybody the way that they need to be loved. And we're not talking about sex. We focus so much on sex. We're talking about love. This person that you're going to wake up to every single day, hopefully. I know in some relationships you might wake up to the person every single day, but on occasion there might be somebody else in the mix. But however you need to be loved, not everybody can fulfill the voids in your life. Not everybody can fill those voids that you need to have filled in your life. And you're going to meet a lot of people. You're going to meet a lot of people, a lot of beautiful people, a lot of people that you would love to be with, but you have to be fair to yourself, and look beyond your lust and your carnal desires, and acknowledge that, this is just a person that cannot love you the way that you need to be loved. Like me, for instance, one of the things I have to have is hugs and kisses. I love hugs and kisses. Yeah, I love sex, but I love hugs and kisses probably more. you know, um, and I love hugs and kisses all day for no reason, just what I like. And not everybody's gonna wanna do that, and not everybody's gonna do that naturally. Yeah, you might do it on occasion, you might do it in some feel good moments, but to do it 24/7, you know, um, and it's interesting because I have experienced it. I have a best friend. We're best friends, love him to death. We tried to explore being in a relationship, but our sexual preferences are totally different. So we acknowledge that, we accepted that, we embraced that, but we're friends. But one thing is, and maybe he set the standard, maybe he set the bar, and he set it really high. One thing I loved about him, and still love about him, is that he was very attentive. He was very caring. He plenty of hugs and kisses. I mean, hugs and kisses all day, and I like that. And I know that this is how I receive love, and this is what I like, when it comes to love. And I just fell in love with the way he always treated me. We had a couple of bumps in the road, but more feel-good moments than bumps in the road. And so I know that this is what I need in life, and not everybody's gonna be able to fulfill that. For some people it would be a job. If for some people, they would have to remember to hug and kiss me. When I just want somebody that just does it just because that's just who they are, and because of who I am, I love it. So it's very important to know and understand and to find out how you need to be loved, how you like to be loved, how you want to be loved, and be able to identify the people that can love you the way that you want, and people that can fill the voids in your life. Like, my void is hugs and kisses, and I need to find somebody that can fulfill that void. There might be some other voids too, but that's the main one. But anyways, guys, it's beautiful out here in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm really upset at people that look down on Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio is coming up. It's becoming a great city again. And with the right, people in place, it's gonna be even more beautiful than it already is. But I mean, think about it. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. You're sleeping on Cleveland? Like, really? If Cleveland wasn't great, and if Cleveland, Ohio did not have potential to be that great city that sits on the hill as a shining example of what a city should be, could be, must be, come on, what are we talking about? I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here.